notes on sunglasses, more specifically cycling specific sunglasses. I very rarely don them. And this is far from a statement to begin lessening the importance of eye protection and sunglasses while riding. Truthfully, just always kind of been caught in between the off the bike look, which just does not lend itself to a great riding glass. Those flat face glasses style frames, they allow kind of a lot of wind in behind, which creates a lot of turbulence. Next thing you know, you're crying. I just prefer either suffer through wearing those or not wearing anything at all and risking getting hurt, which thankfully I've never gotten hurt, than spending the ungodly amount of money to get into a pair of glasses like these. Thing is, these don't exactly double as a great looking pair of après-ride sunglasses, so just never justify the incredibly high price of a single style use pair of sunglasses just to get the look. And then these guys reached out to me to send me a bunch of pairs to show me that I didn't need to spend a lot of money, and then you could still get into a quality, fun looking pair of sunglasses that look good under a race helmet. So I took them up on it. Here I am, wearing them. Now, unrelated and far more interestingly, after I got a little bit ahead of myself and finally cut the steer tube of this bike, it's time to answer the often asked about question in regards to the first ever Spindat Stewiacke Stingray Supercross ride. That's all linked below. Which bike out of everything I've got am I going to be riding on it? I can understand why you would ask this question if you are coming to do this ride, to kind of give yourself an idea of what you should ride yourself. The answer is very simple. Fuck, there's so much stuff in the way. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it wasn't very obvious, but yes, the Poseidon is going to be the bike that I choose to do the first ever group ride with you guys on. I don't want to say purely. There's a couple of reasons for it. Of course, I'm preaching that you don't need to be riding anything that's wildly expensive to have any fun. So I think that this is just the bike that makes the most sense to show that no matter what you've got or whatever you spent on it, it's going to be just fine. Whatever it is, bring it with you. Do the ride. You don't need to be going fast. You don't need to be riding anything cutting edge. You don't need to have the most expensive bike out there. It doesn't need to be the flashiest. You just need something. That's point one. Very on brand. Point two, I can't afford to finish that bike in time. If you guys wanted, if you wanted to support the channel monetarily, and I made a page for it or something, just comment below. Happy to take some money, happy to be supported monetarily to finish the projects I want to finish, hell, to do this full time, but no pressure. But the biggest thing is I haven't really done anything to this to make it mine yet, so I need to do that. Cue the parts hoard that I've been building for the last little while. As for this bike, I find myself looking at it more than I ever do ride it, so. I really wanted to like this Shimano setup, and I do. I like the way the hoods feel. I like the way it looks. But there's just nothing worse than the absolute letdown of compatibility between all Shimano things. I know there's the odd trick and the odd thing that works, but you really gotta hunt for it. You really gotta work to make it happen. SRAM, on the other hand, well, I just know that I can go between 10 and 11 speed pretty flawlessly. There's a 90% chance that it's gonna work. So Shimano, we had not a very good run actually at all. But I have to bid you adieu. So what exactly is this build? Well, 3T stem and bar with the SRAM 10-speed drivetrain that is coming off of the road bike. Wheel-wise, Velocity, this is the third set of wheels that I'm putting on a bike using your rims. Come on, let's do something together. Let's work on something. Anyway, this is the second time that I'm using a set of blunt SS's on a build. Using them here is a no-brainer. They're gonna handle everything I have to throw at them without any issue. Roll of Gorilla Tape. This will be the tubeless tape for the setup. And of course that tubeless setup is going to be made with WTB Riddlers in tan walls. I mean, come on. I'm not that unpredictable. And you can buy inch-wide Gorilla Tape that's already, well, an inch wide, so you don't have to cut it. So I'm going to use the small size Gorilla Tape instead. No sealant, no compressor. Bead has popped on, holding air. Okay, no surprise here, this looks good. I mean, this is a very typical, predictable formula. All black bike, slammed, long stem, and big tan walls. Very winning formula in the way of a good, aesthetically pleasing bike. Thankfully, at the same time, they're all reasonable upgrades, but I am obviously going to spend more time with it tinkering and whatnot. Silly stuff like I reused the bar tape. This isn't actually the derailleur I want to be using, but it will work in the interim. There's a clutch style Apex 1 derailleur on the way. But most notably, I didn't actually have a clamp for any of the Brazon SRAM front derailleurs that I had. So just kind of tried it with the old Claris front derailleur, and it shifts completely fine. Gotta like that. So yeah, after spending all night on that, reusing stuff that maybe I really shouldn't reuse, and thrashing out this one, it really didn't need to be done tonight anyway. I gotta get out of here because it's now 10:35 p.m. When you get a set of tan walls, you just can't help but like want to put them on. So hopefully that gets you just like a little bit more excited about maybe coming for a bike ride. Kind of using this as an excuse to say all the details were kind of created in a event, and they're posted below, so you can kind of get a little bit more detail.